Oh.
Okay. We're back in the car. So you want us to get over there a little bit, get some close some space. Okay. So, we're back again today. Grant's with me. Again, he's been very busy with me lately. Then we got...
Oh.
Quiet you.
And then the rumors just start spreading. And we have to mean like this. Okay, and we got Cliff and Sarah in the back. We just got out of Jurassic Park 3D. We originally planned this to have a lot bigger crowd tonight, but unfortunately last-minute plans pretty much forced everyone to drop out. They better have good excuses.
Oh, and illness in one case.
Illness in one case.
Yeah, we'll let that one slide. So.
Yeah, they'll all pay in time.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, Raj, major Indian holiday, Trey's sick.
Elisa's working, I'm guessing.
Homework, like filming some kind of documentary thing.
Oh,
so.
right.
So, and Lauren just joined yesterday, so... and Bobby's just Bobby, so...
Yeah.
We'll get him here during the summer.
Yeah, he's working.
Yeah,
21 units, part-time job, director of college radio station, and commutes from San Francisco.
For all intents and purposes, I don't expect to see him till summer, so...
Okay, well that works for me.
Why did I wear the shirt and the leather jacket? I regret everything.
Okay, so, what do you guys think? I mean, pretty much everyone has seen or know about this movie up to this point, except for Sarah, who has not seen it up to this point.
This was my...
Really?
Yeah.
Right, what are you doing?
He's stripping.
Quiet.
All right.
What do you mean I can't take my sweater off? It's hot!
That's what he said.
Whoa.
No, that's what my girlfriend said, actually.
Well, okay, let's
just let's talk about Jurassic Park.
Anyway.
Back to the subject at hand.
Jurassic Park, this was my first time seeing it. I had the suspicion when I was a kid.
Good God, Grant, how much were you BOing there?
I thought we were going to talk about Jurassic Park, not Grant's BO.
It's kind of humid all of a sudden, is all I'm saying.
I told you, that is why I was taking all that crap off!
Jeez.
Okay, anyway, Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. Breathe. And,
Jesus Christ.
brother.
This is why we don't do podcasts. This would all sound really weird right about now.
This was my first time seeing it, and I had this hunch when I was a kid, when it originally came out, that it would scar me and traumatize me if I saw it when it initially came out, and I am glad that I saw it now, because I have the mental capacity to appreciate it more. So this was more fun.
Rather than, getting your scarred for life with the giant ass T-Rex and the velociraptors and all that scary shit. They even scared. Honest to God, I didn't really like this movie when I was a kid. I think probably for those reasons. I think there's something about that that's very off-putting. I don't know if it was Steven Spielberg's style, or just the fact they had really a lot of freaky fucking dinosaurs.
Well, that's why I left. When I was 4, the Dilophosaurus scared my pants off, unfortunately.
Why'd you say that in that voice?
Because I'm being reminiscent of my inner child who was scared shitless way back when, where I actually had to leave the theater.
I got scared as an adult seeing the T-Rex eat the blood-sucking lawyer. Although, granted, that was funny.
That being said, looking back at this movie now, the T-Rex movie is fucking awesome.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you gotta appreciate, like, I guess they not only use CGI, but they also use
practical
animatronics.
Effects, yeah, which is really, it still holds up when you watch it.
It does. Yeah. It actually holds up really
what did the lawyer refer them to as autoerotics?
Oh, yeah.
But it's like, this movie holds up surprisingly well nowadays. That being said, there are some elements that I didn't really like as a kid, I don't really care for now. But mostly because...
Like what?
Well, oddly enough, it kind of starts to lose a sense of wonder once the whole thriller elements start to get introduced into the movie.
I think, isn't that kind of meant to be the point?
True, but at the same time, it doesn't quite... Like, when you
first... It's like, that is how it plays out. It's just like the characters. Like, they get this child sense of wonder when they see it, but then they realize, oh, we're in a shitstorm.
My point is, when it ends, it kind of becomes a little less interesting, in my opinion. Like, when it starts going to those elements, it kind of loses that fantastic element from the start, going, just becomes like, okay, now just kind of your standard horror thriller movie with dinosaurs, granted.
The whole bioethics commentary got a little preachy and heavy-handed at some points.
Yeah, there is that too.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't so overbearing. It was still, a lot of it would raise some good points, and Jeff Goldblum was still fucking great in this movie.
He's fucking awesome.
Which character was he?
He was the
the
chaos theory.
The sleazy scientist.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is probably still one of his best roles to date, because like this is when he'd become less Jeff Goldblum annoying and more like Jeff Goldblum charming. So.
Oh, you didn't like him in Independence Day?
Oh yeah, because what was not to like about Independence Day?
Or Earth Girls Are Easy.
I haven't seen that one.
I haven't even heard of that. It's like, was he even in any good movies after Jurassic Park? Independence Day being the debatable one.
Well, not movies, but I know he was kind of in the what was it, Law and Order: Criminal Intent or something.
What's he in that one?
Yeah, he was in like 2 or 3 seasons or something like that. Like later on, not when it first started. But
I mean, this is kind of a hard movie to review, just because you can't really talk about the story, because everyone knows the story. It's one of those like everyone knows a scene or heard about at some point, and pretty much knows everything about it. So going over the story would essentially be pointless.
Yeah. Well, sum it up as the way they described it. God creates a dinosaur. God destroys dinosaur. God creates man. Man destroys God. And then man creates man creates dinosaur. Dinosaur eats man, and woman inherits the earth. Yes. Except for that last part, but
Yet.
Yeah.
Wait till Jurassic Park 4.
So there were still, as it ended, a few unanswered questions for me, and I know that this movie spawned 2 sequels, but what was their solution? They just get off the island and leave them to
pretty much actually
kill
they
each
just
other?
abandoned the
they just basically just said, you were just gonna let nature do its thing and just
Well, because there's no flying dinosaur until Jurassic Park 3, so up to that point there was no real major issue.
I know Jurassic Park 2 was called Lost World. I don't remember what Jurassic Park 3 was called.
I think it's
just called Jurassic Park 3.
Okay.
So that movie's pretty simplistic compared to the other two.
Yeah, that was the generic action thriller. Yeah. The second one is where the bio crap got all preachy.
Yeah, that one, that's when the T-Rex invades. Like,
right.
LA.
San Francisco.
San Francisco? Was it San Francisco?
San Francisco. I thought it was LA.
Nope, it was San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
Well, either way, it wasn't. From what I haven't seen since I was a kid, but from what I understand, it wasn't very good.
So when Don Knight's character died and dropped the
spoiler
the embryos.
Newman.
Yes. Is that the sequel bait? Or
no, I don't think it's ever brought into it.
Yeah, I don't think
the video game did.
Oh, well, who cares about the video game?
Exactly.
Oh, whoa, come on, the Super NES one was not that bad.
No, I mean the new one made by Telltale Games.
Exactly, so who cares?
I don't remember that one, actually.
All you gotta know is that it ends up getting destroyed no matter what in the end.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Even though someone finds it.
Again, so basically it's pointless.
Pretty much.
Right. And it was interesting seeing Newman in this role.
Like both me and Cliff had to make the obligatory joke.
Yeah,
as soon as
you had to say that.
Somebody had to say it. It's like when in your boat, you have to say, "I'm king of the world" at some point. We're both like Newman.
Or me before getting on a plane and mentioning Final Destination, which I regret heavily.
Why would you do that?
Because I was a smartass, and unfortunately, some supreme being decided to teach me a lesson with a heavily turbulent airplane where people were falling down, and we all thought we were going to die.
Well, this took a dark turn very quickly.
Yeah.
Talk about your self-fulfilling prophecies.
It's like one time this is kind of off topic, but fuck it. Is one time I helped a friend out with a film shoot I had where it's like cut a clown makeup, and I didn't have any way to take it off before I left. It's like, wouldn't it be hilarious if I got pulled over wearing this makeup? Woo! Yep, pretty much.
And you got pulled over.
Should have seen the look in the cop's face. Middle of the night, like 11 o'clock at night, thunk, 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 and the guy's like...
Alright, so anyway, let's try to get back to the review then.
Okay,
so let's talk about, like, what's held up and I guess what hasn't.
Okay, well, first off, the sound design for, like, the dinosaur stuff is still amazing.
Yes.
Because I believe they actually remastered it.
Either way, it's still...
robust, very
even
scary.
when it first came out, back when I was a kid, it still, like, sounds as good back then as it does now.
Well, technical lesson. That, of course, was the first movie which used the DTS codec, which so far has been described as the quote-unquote superior one, but basically because that's more meant to be the more accurate sound production, whereas digital is just meant to be the more, to quote Dolby, efficient codec.
Well, it's kind of weird seeing this movie that was such a big part of the 90s, and therefore a big part of my childhood, to kind of just see it now on the big screen when I never got a chance to when I was a kid. So, like, that was pretty cool. I admit, like, when the classic music kicks in, I got chills.
I did too, actually.
And, like, when you hear the T-Rex roar for the first time, I was like, oh, that's awesome.
It was.
Which is really cool to hear that in surround sound.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, a lot of the acting holds up pretty well too, even though the 90s hot pants don't, not necessarily.
Oh yeah, like the random guy in the dig site with the flannel shirt, the mullet, and the short shorts. I was like, what the hell? Where did he come from? And I've not noticed this in the past 20 years I've been seeing this movie.
And the Australian guy, the hunter, made me laugh too. Like, especially when I get to the part of the Velociraptor finally get out, which isn't until 2 hours into the movie, which I found surprising. But
it's sad. He died in real life.
Yeah. What? No.
Yeah, he died from cancer.
That sucks.
Poor guy.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, Australian man. Although I kind of lean over to Sarah and just joking around, like when he starts hunting the velociraptors, like, look over there, there's a velociraptor. One of the dangerous animals in all the Jurassic Kingdom. Okay, I'm gonna poke it with a stick.
Yes, and when you did that, I whispered, okay, Steve Irwin.
Yeah, it was like,
no, what's the thing I was laughing at is like the whole, thing he mentioned early in the movie. Yeah, I told them we should have had automated locks. And then the whole part was just like, so the other one sealed away? Yeah, unless they learn to open doors. I told them we needed circular knobs!
Did you seriously say that?
Yeah, I was just like, my god, it's amazing what aesthetic designs can do to change the course of a story.
Yeah, the tiniest detail can make the largest difference.
And I'm sorry, those kids are so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
No, just him. I don't mind the girl.
Even there, she got annoying too.
I thought was really annoying because like she's like saying, "Oh, I'm a
vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian.
I'm a hacker."
Yeah.
And by the way, what is up with kids in the 90s and somehow had magical abilities and everything electronic?
I don't know, man.
Hey, just saying, at least the girl was fucking useful.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's why it made it less grating, because also she was a lot quieter too, even though she had her few moments.
And then Tim was like, I'm tired. It's like, shut up.
Yeah, I mean, they were both annoying at times, and ordinarily...
Those are just like split-second things, whereas the main kid, obviously it was meant to be the case. It was just... He just gets on your nerves the entire time.
Yeah.
Although,
you still had some good moments, though.
Yeah.
Look at all that blood!
Oh my God. That was great.
Yeah. That's gonna be your blood!
The windows are open, guys.
Who gives a flying crap?
It's Sunday.
People are calling the police right about now.
Oh, where, police. Yeah, you got pulled over in psychotic clown makeup.
Point.
And I haven't committed any crimes, so I have a clean record.
Woo!
Wow.
Well, speak for yourself. Well, you are, but anyway.
Yes, I am speaking for myself.
All I have are 3 parking tickets. Stupid campus. You're responsible for about 2/3 of them.
They still haven't found the bodies. Anyway.
It's coming from the psychotic clown makeup guy.
The pattern is starting to form.
Yeah, obviously there were a few cheesy moments, like main actress who played Ellie. I can never remember her name.
Laura Dern.
Is that her name?
Yeah, I believe that's...
Thank you. Yeah. All I remember is that she was in Blue Velvet. And I always hated her crying face, because as I explained to you guys earlier, it's like when Stallone does this thing. He's just like, ugh! Oh, Jesus!
Well, to be fair, no one looked attractive when they cry.
Yeah, but
your face contorts up to this horrible mess of like prune face thing going on.
Yeah, but just hers is just
liquids come flowing out of
every orifice. Not
it's just like, yeah.
Is that your crying face?
Yeah, that's hers.
I'm like, that's more like chicken face than the
chicken face.
As I said, I don't like that crying face. But unfortunately, that's more or less a knock against her than it is the actual thing. But
yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, I never liked the actor who played Newman. I guess it's
Wayne Knight,
whatever. Because I mean, it doesn't help that he doesn't play. Every movie he was in, pretty much he played just completely unlikable characters. But still,
more or less.
Just something about him just screamed douche every time you see him.
That's kind of the point. And that's why he gets like the worst death. No, well, one of the worst deaths in that movie.
And even then, it's because he's an idiot. And by the way, here's another. Everyone else has pointed this out, so I might as well point this out. Is why is this big, huge technological park? You only have one programmer.
Well, technically speaking, Jackson was the other one. It's just Newman was better.
Yeah.
And even then, why were there only 2? On a thing that has 2 million lines of code.
Maybe the other programmers left. With
I can't even get something to pick out prime numbers. So you're telling me that
And by some magic of Hollywood, a preteen hacker was able to.
It was the 90s.
Yeah.
All the kids apparently had disability.
Well, of course. I mean, come on. You gotta.
One file out of 2 million.
Well, you got to remember that the little girl, she was using some kind of like graphic, user interface thingy instead of like pure. Programming, coding, or whatever. So go through the, the thing.
Yeah.
Get the.
It's like, as far as I'm concerned, if you let's face it, hackers technically are better than just regular coders in a lot of regards. Like, remember the whole fiasco with, like, Sony and whatnot, how, like, it's just, yeah, look what a couple people did to an entire corporation.
Oh, right, the PS3 thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, that was...
Yes.
Which leads me to my next little political well, I'm trying to think of the right term, just out there thing. Please don't make Xbox always on. Because if something like that happens, we'll have nothing.
Okay.
And you'll lose your entire customer base.
Right.
Like sound like it's like evil Bond villain there. Like, no, Xbox, I expect you to die.
So, you expect it to be like the first-gen Xbox 360. Oh, Red Rings, I remember you.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, Jurassic Park 3D, that's why we're here.
Yeah.
So now we're talking about, like...
Should we still keep going on, like, what did and what didn't hold up? There was one thing, like I said, it did have some pretty cheesy moments in there.
Yeah, it does. I mean, that being said, like, a lot of the practical effects, a lot of the animatronic stuff like that, still look fucking incredible.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
Like, the Velociraptors and the T-Rex and the Triceratops, all that stuff looks amazing.
Yeah.
It still looks amazing.
I will say this for
That was very good to see on the big screen.
Yeah, I will say this, for the CG, some of the things that help it, though, is a lot of it is like the lighting and the darkness, because like the one, like the Brontosaurus in the broad daylight doesn't look quite so great. But like the Raptors and the T-Rex, like, because the way they're lit up and shrouded in the darkness, they still hold up surprisingly better based on that way it's obscured.
Yeah. Like, I mean, it was. I mean, it's like, did they remaster the CGI too? Do you know? Or?
No, they didn't. That was completely the same.
That was completely the same, and that's how it looked back in the 90s. That's still, if you take into consideration, that's pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, coming from its, the 90s and stuff.
Yeah, 1993, so if it still holds up after 20 years, somebody did their jobs right.
Yeah. And of course, like I said, the acting holds up mostly well, although I did not know the doctor guy, the leader guy of the park was Scottish.
Yeah, actually, that's weird.
David
Like, I really never noticed that.
Because, like I said, when I came off from Scotland, I was like, "You're Scottish? Since when?"
I don't know. Maybe it's just something I didn't notice when I first watched
Probably, because like when
I guess like doesn't resemble anything like a Scottish accent.
Well, he's actually British though, so.
Oh, okay. Well, like, it's kind of in the same ballpark, but
there are those parts of Britain where like they had that little Scottish undertone though.
A little bit. It's even then, it's like I never would have guessed that. Like,
yeah.
You're just that guy who has a mosquito cane, which I still want one day. Even then, it's like. Oh, and here's another thing everyone else point out, again, I might as well too, is like the whole T-Rex only see moving objects thing is complete bullshit, and even the movie, it's kind of proves to be bullshit.
They're saying it's like even if it couldn't see, like it still has that sense of smell that could probably pick up anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that too. That and the fact that even though like it's supposed to be based on movement, how could he see the car and be able to push it?
No, well, because that's a much broader object. It's like in terms of like smaller things and whatnot.
Even then, I'm almost positive that theory's been discredited since the movie came out. I think they even made fun of it in the third movie. Where basically, like, the T-Rex up, it's like, nobody move a muscle. Everyone stands there, then everyone just takes off running.
Yeah.
Because they realize it's completely bullshit.
Was that a T-Rex or Spinosaurus?
No, it was T-Rex.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I'm still a little curious as to what was wrong with the Triceratops when they were on the tour.
They didn't answer because it isn't important.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like the only thing that was important about that was having a way to divert them from getting back to the place safely on time.
For plot convenience, yes, but since I got drawn into the story, I got curious what was making the Triceratops sick.
I'm sure you can probably answer the novel.
I'm sure. Either way, it's hardly important.
Yeah, keep in mind the novel also changed a lot of things, like our favorite Australian game warden, he lived in the novel.
Oh.
Spoiler!
So no clever girl.
No, he got messed up, but he lived. Let me see. He lived, God, who runs the park again? I'm forgetting. Hammond.
Yeah.
He died. Wu died.
Which one was Wu?
The Asian doctor.
One was in like in 3 scenes.
Oh, that guy.
One scene.
But
it's basically implied that he...
Geneticist?
Yeah, it's implied that he escaped with all the other employees.
Oh, well.
In the movie.
Good for him, I guess. That one guy who was in that one scene for like 5 seconds.
Who claimed that all of the dinosaurs were bred to be females. Yeah. And yet all these highly trained, top of their field geneticists didn't take into account what I think it was Dennis Quaid's
the amphibian thing
pointed out about frog DNA mutating into a different gender.
Well, keep in mind, that's one of the whole points that Malcolm was trying to make, is that, like, they look at these ideas, but they don't really fully think through what they're doing. It's like they're just excited the concept of something actually come to fruition, that they don't really consider the consequences or the issues that might arise.
Yeah, I mean, Jeff Goldblum still has the best fucking lines in this movie.
Yes,
easily. Even like the smaller stuff, like on the ride, and then like trying to get out together, then like she goes 1, 2, 3, and then everyone pulls off. So like it's simple. It's the little things.
I'll say this: one of the other things I either didn't notice or just I forgot about, like, until like recently, was the whole seatbelt thing.
What,
Grant?
I remember, that's the two parts I do remember as a kid.
The two female ends, finding a way, to make things happen.
Either that was intentional and really stupid, or
it wasn't. No, I thought that was actually a nice little subtle.
I don't know. That seems kind of silly to me. I don't know.
Well, it's meant to show two things. One, emphasize the whole idea of like them finding a way, and two, it's supposed to show his improvisational nature as well.
Okay, I guess you're taking that. Yeah, there's something for essays.
Yeah, it's something I never noticed actually until you pointed that out.
Yeah. Like, oh. Also, the whole fact that the
maybe it was just meant to be a 5-second joke.
Also, something that my professor told me, which I cannot look at the same way ever again.
What?
Look at where the T-Rex comes out, right next to the car. What? And then suddenly the car's being pushed over an empty pit.
Oh, right.
Son of a bitch.
T-Rex defies gravity.
Well, because he's a motherfucking T-Rex. He does whatever the hell he wants.
He's a badass. Let him do what he wants. Everyone loves the T-Rex.
Exactly. I mean, I loved the T-Rex as a kid. I mean, which is weird that I had tons of T-Rex, like, animal toys when I was, the dinosaur toys when I was a kid. Like, I remember even I had this, like, they had these archaeological things as a kid, where it's basically like a block of thing that could be hammered and a chisel and chipped away like the dinosaur.
I remember I had a crap ton of the toys from Jurassic Park, though. Like, I love getting those things. Like, I remember, the T-Rex, the Raptor, Grant, Ellie, I want to say Tim.
Tim?
Yeah, the kid.
I remember
back when I didn't know what annoying was, because I was that.
I actually found him less annoying than his sister in most of the movie. Anyway, there were some moments where I wanted him to
die.
I was gonna say be quiet, but sure.
Maybe in two different mindsets. Going back to the annoying thing real quick, though, is like I'm going to admit something that I probably shouldn't admit because I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but when I was a kid, I dressed up as Jar Jar for Halloween.
Wait, did you just say you dressed up as Jar Jar?
Yes.
Jar Jar Binks.
Why?
I didn't know what annoying was back then.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Wow. You just admitted that to your audience.
I did. You know what? I'm a humble man.
If it makes you feel any better, a friend of mine made a Jar Jar appreciation thread.
Okay, that's worse.
Please tell me that was done like right when episode 1 got released.
I think it was a semi joking thread. I think.
Okay.
Like,
well,
I'm not sure it was semi or all the way, but it's like.
It better be semi. I mean,
it got
I mean, I was a kid. I didn't know any better.
There was there was some satire in that. Yeah, I didn't know either. But then watch back, I was like, ugh.
But don't feel bad for having a Timmy action figure. Even though sometimes like, damn it, Timmy, just climb down the fucking fence.
Yeah, there was one point.
What's that last say? Timmy's on an electric fence.
Sarah made that joke too at one point.
When he was running off and doing something stupid, I couldn't help myself. I said, "You're gonna fall down the well."
Alright, anyway, so should we talk about the 3D now then?
Yeah, I think we should get to that. I thought it worked well. There's sometimes a bit disorienting to me.
Well, it took me a while to kind of get used to the 3D,
Well, I mean, a lot was basic depth stuff, but there were some parts when they got like a blurry object that was in front that was supposed to have more depth to it, and that really messed with my senses.
Yeah, that is one issue that, for better or worse, is. Between film and 3D cameras usually. It's like with 3D cameras, they tend to have a better job keeping everything in focus for better or worse, which can make it look kind of sterile at times. Like, I kind of like that, the whole filmic aspects, but yeah, that created kind of a weird contradiction that just kind of is a little...
Scott text, hold on one second. Keep talking.
Well,
I'm listening.
I don't know, for me, like... I don't really like, watching a lot of the 3D movies and stuff, just because, like, well, I mean, I wear glasses, and it, like, kind of gets in the way with those 3D glasses or whatever, and my normal glasses.
And
but I mean, when it did work, when the 3D effects did work, I was pretty impressed. I was like, oh, that's actually pretty neat. Like, especially when you see, like, for example, like the Velociraptors, like when it's like looking right at the camera, it's like, oh shit, it's like, right there. Oh my god. But
it doesn't really add much though.
Yeah.
It's like
it definitely emphasizes the different aspects about it though. Like that's one thing I liked is like it's one of those movies that naturally would work for 3D conversion. Like very good sense of space, layering.
Yeah,
the
to a certain extent, I agree. I'm not sure.
There were some shots where like it was a bit too like deep space, where like you get that plain field followed by like all the awesome foliage in the back, where like it's the point where like it can't really separate too well. But yeah, like a lot of times, just I thought it looked pretty good and emphasized that whole kind of. I think what it did work best for, like basically with the chase scenes, the whole idea of like having the thing come, like the T-Rex coming close.
Oh yeah,
that was
awesome.
Good.
Yeah,
I like that.
Like it emphasized the chase scenes, it emphasized the whole kind of like the car falling too.
Yeah, that worked.
Yeah. Like,
although I kind of lead to another problem, like when the car falls down from the tree, all I can think of is like, dude, there's like 3 branches over there.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking the same thing. It's just like, wait, why did they just move to the side?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was like, there's plenty more trees there.
Yeah, there's something called jumping, to another angle, which not only makes you go down, but makes you go to the side, out of the trajectory.
There's also something called acrophobia that can interfere with making a judgment call like that.
Yeah, I know.
True. Yeah, but that's no. If you think of it that way, it's no fun to pick apart.
Well, I'm just putting myself in that.
We want to hate this. Okay, no, I don't.
Oh,
like, I had the same issue with Prometheus though.
Oh, Prometheus is tons of fucking plot holes.
That's a whole other video, though.
Like, Prometheus has tons of fucking plot holes that, after a while, just start to accumulate. Yeah, but that's a whole other topic.
Oh, I'm being chased by a giant ring.
Or more importantly, how do you get lost when you have the map?
Yeah, that was good.
They were high.
He has the map. He made it.
Yeah, but when you're high, apparently you get pretty...
He didn't get high until after they got lost.
Never mind. All right, back to Jurassic Park.
Okay, now we're talking about Jurassic Park. I got a little confused.
I'm not really an advocate for 3D. For the most part, 3D is lost on me. I feel like it dims the colors.
With a few exceptions.
Okay, no, that's actually because of the glasses, because they use polarization. So basically, each lens tries to, hey, 3D lesson here. Basically, one has like vertical strands that like block out some light, and the other one has like horizontal ones that block some light. So
yeah, I took physics 51. I know how it worked. 52, correction.
And I took physics Annie 1, 2, 3.
But like, you were saying the chase scenes worked well. That the 3D made those pop.
Yeah.
So
they also just like a lot of the cinematography in general, just great layering of like the fore, middle, and background as well.
Yeah, so, those worked well. Like as far as like post-film conversion goes, it was pretty good. That being said, like unless it was specifically made for 3D, it usually doesn't work all that well. Like the one except like you and I saw the Cruise in 3D, and that looked fantastic in 3D because it was clearly it was animation. You can do more stuff with that, and the colors really popped out as a result. This is obviously made back in the 90s, so taking that back and making a conversion to 3D is much more difficult. So
I'm wondering if what they did is they went back to the original CG sources though, and basically found ways to adjust the CG to make that more naturally.
Maybe I don't know. I'm still not convinced they didn't throw a couple old objects in there.
They didn't. I remember because I watched that film quite a bit. Remember, I got the Blu-rays for it, so I also remember a lot of the stuff.
Okay, fair enough.
But let me see. Like personally, I thought it was a great conversion. Like, I'll say this: Titanic, for the most part, looked a bit more natural.
You saw Titanic in 3D?
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask for your man card, please.
I'll say this. One reason, though, is because the fact that it was a Mother's Day gift for my mom as well, because she wanted to see it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, me, it's like, the other reason, though, is like, okay, you know what? I can try and be less biased about it and try to reevaluate the movie. But
fair enough.
I'll say this, like, that had, like, scenes where, like, looked more natural, but Jurassic Park looked a lot more, was consistently better. Because, like, there were times where, like, Titanic just looked, that didn't work at all. Whereas this, though, like, it, for the most part, like, it had a pretty good sense of natural depth. Like, aside, there was some, like I said, the kind of blurry thing in the foreground, which kind of just looks a little weird. But, there weren't really any shots that just like it didn't look like they did a crap conversion on it.
No, I'd say that. I think I kind of off with me a little bit, like, aside from those blurry object things, out of focus shots we were talking about, those parts I really felt like, okay, that's really disorienting.
Well, also just some of the parts of, like, some of the bars or whatnot are, like, halfway off the frame, and, like, you see that double image shift.
Yeah.
Just, like...
So... Yeah, you guys got anything else?
It's a nice little bit of nostalgia if you want to see the T-Rex on the big screen.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely glad I saw it.
Yeah, me too. It was my first time seeing it. It was fun.
That being said, I don't think the 3D really added much to justify the extra
really. Except for
expense.
the chase scenes.
Yeah. Well, for me personally, I thought it actually worked a lot in its favor. Because as I said, like, it did a better, stronger emphasis the cinematography, things like the chase scene. It never felt like it was trying to get, like, remade into something gimmicky, because, like, it always had a really good sense of depth as well.
Yeah, that I definitely
agree popping too far out.
Yeah, that one I will definitely agree on, until Jurassic Park 4 comes out, whenever that's finally made, and they have used the hell out of that, most likely. Hey, at least I'm not doing the whole dino-human hybrids like they're originally talking about.
Yeah.
That was god-awful.
Jurassic Park, Jurassic Park 4, Island of Dr. Moreau 2.
So, trailers?
Okay, yeah, let's talk about trailers. So, what was the first one we got?
Lone Ranger.
Lone Ranger, that was it, with Jack Sparrow as...
I'm sure you guys already talked about that at some...
We actually haven't. They haven't gotten a trailer for Lone Ranger yet. Yeah, I know, surprising, right?
Trailer crap at a times.
See, I've seen the Oblivion trailer, which is another one we got today, crap load of fucking times. But Lone Ranger, no, it's the first time. So, it looks like standard summer blockbuster movie.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I like the filter they used for the camera. Like,
it's like, the way I see it, when Gore Verbinski makes the first movie of something, it tends to be pretty good. Or a solo project, but yeah, and then when he...
I mean, it has, what's Tim Burton's wife's name?
Bottom Carter.
Yeah, her. I love her, so like, give her some...
I mean, it has a pretty good cast in there from, like, Bottom Carter, Armie Hammer, who...
Johnny Depp.
And Johnny Depp's absurd makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like...
It looks ridiculous.
Kind of like he was in Pirates too.
Fair enough. That wasn't as bad.
Jack Sparrow found the fountain of youth and went off the deep end.
That was Pirates 4.
Yeah, I know. Which I still didn't see.
I did.
Well, I got you all beat, because I haven't seen any of them, so...
The first one's good.
Oh.
That's about the only one, really. Oh, the second one wasn't that bad. Third one sucked.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Second one is like, first was the best movie overall, second one was still fun, third one was just like...
What the hell were you thinking?
Yeah, it's like, this is a giant clusterfuck.
Yep, pretty much. A bunch of, throwing a bunch of ideas together and...
So basically, just your average cash grab from the audience.
Well,
fat, you were wasted.
And Johnny Depp just loves playing the character, which is why they've made so many.
Oh.
Hopefully they'll make a 5. Wait, they'll make it... Fuck!
They are.
And a 6, I believe.
Jesus Christ.
Let it die! Just let it die. All right.
You want Jack Sparrow to die. Okay.
Should have done that for Will in the movies, too.
Lone Ranger just looks mediocre, pretty much. It's like it's a standard action movie. I mean, the whole mask thing always makes me laugh, because I hated Green Lantern, but it did make one very good point. It's like, do you think I wouldn't recognize you just because I can't see your cheekbones?
Yeah.
Like, it's like the only good part, only good line in that fucking movie. But anyway, then we got After Earth.
Oh, yeah.
Which I didn't think looked that bad until I found out it was M. Night Shyamalan.
I'm so glad.
Really?
It's like, I will give him credit. He's learning not to attach his name to projects now.
Yes.
Like, I had to dig in to find out it was Shyamalan. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, there's some rather, it's like, it's, effects-wise, it looks good, but that's clearly all it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, even though I can't even laugh some parts of it, it's like, it has Will Smith and his son in the main leads. It's like, oh yeah, this place is designed to kill humans. Send the kid out to do it.
In all fairness, he was the only other person alive, and actually Will Smith's character is injured and dying.
Oh, fuck. Well, I just went there.
Is that their rationalization for making Will Smith look bad?
And monotone?
They're all monotonous.
He has less hair, and his...
He's got the Kid and Play haircut! What the crap?!
Yeah, I mean...
What do they all have the Kid and Play haircut?!
From the few scenes that I actually recognized him in, I thought, this is the ugliest I've seen Will Smith in a long time.
Also, I'm not gonna lie, the whole line about fear is a choice.
Bullshit.
It's like
fear is a reaction.
Bull by its very.
Yeah, they say that it's like fear is an involuntary reaction. Then how is it a choice? Bravery is a choice.
Yes.
You listen.
Confidence is a choice. Like fear is an instinctual reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an involuntary reaction. It's like you can't help it. You can help whether or not you can deal with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's just.
It's like the whole going back to the T-Rex thing. It's like you can't see if you don't move. Bullshit. Then what else do we get? We got like 3 more trailers. We got a lot of trailers for this thing.
That Tom Cruise movie.
Another trailer for fucking Oblivion.
Yeah, we already talked about that.
Like, you guys can talk about it. I've already said my piece about it.
It looks like another Tom Cruise sci-fi cash cow to me. And it looks like it could be interesting. Morgan Freeman is always good.
I was just laughing the fact that, I hear the name Jack right after Jack Reacher comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not Jack Reacher, he's Jack
someone else.
Preacher.
Oh boy. We got 2 more trailers. What were those?
No, we got one more.
No, I could have sworn it was 2 more.
Oh, Iron Man 3.
Yes.
How could we forget that? Holy shit.
Quick question, was that converted in 3D or was that?
That was converted in 3D.
That looked pretty solid.
It actually did. Yeah.
I didn't forget about that.
Oh. That was that one looks awesome. I mean,
yes, I'm so excited.
I'm still confused as to why the Mandarin has a Captain America tattoo on the back of his neck.
Well, actually, there's
the shield anyway.
Yeah, I noticed that too. There's actually in the posters, an extended poster of the Mandarin. You actually like a Captain America helmet sitting by him. So I guess he may find inspiration in him or something like that.
And
or maybe it's a symbol he wants to destroy. I don't know.
And
I'm sure people are wondering, why is he bitching about the tattoo when the Mandarin is a half Indian guy who's not Chinese?
Well, actually, they explain that. Like,
yeah, I know. No, I mean,
it's actually a very clever way to get around the whole racial issue.
I'm just joking about what he is. Like, they're saying, wait, you curious about the tattoo, not the fact that he's not Mandarin?
No, I actually like the twist on Mandarin.
Yeah.
Naive question.
No, I'm sure it's gonna work.
If he's so anti-American, why is his armor suit all patriotic looking?
Well, that's not Mandarin. That's War Machine from Iron Man 2.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So entirely different character.
What was that armor called? Was that armor dubbed Iron Patriot?
Yeah, Iron Patriot. That's actually a character from the comic books. Except it was actually
Norman. Like Captain America, right?
No, it was actually Norman Osborn who was.
Wow.
This was during the whole Siege era where Norman Osborn basically controlled the Marvel Universe for a while.
Wow.
Well, unfortunately, that ain't gonna happen because Sony owns him.
Yeah, so they're not obviously gonna use that, but they're using it as an identity for War Machine, which is a clever twist.
Yeah.
It's like so that one actually looks pretty good. I'm excited about it. I like the twist on Mandarin. I think the more I hear of Ben Kingsley in the part, the more I think it works in his favor. So I'll be curious to see how that turns out.
Yeah, I'll say this: it's like his delivery is like just because it's the trailer's just like.
It's like I don't know if I like it. Well, it's like I've seen a lot of TV spots. I've seen like several of the trailers. I keep hearing talk. It's like it's. I think it'll work. Yeah. I think it'll work. So I'm looking forward to that.
Me too.
Well, apparently the crew applauded him when they finished filming with him.
Nice.
Impressive.
Well, of course, let's not. Just saying, very, very, very slim chance, but it just could be a crew that doesn't know what the hell they're thinking.
Slim chance, but
yeah.
I know
Slim
we got
to none.
I know we got one more.
No, that was it.
Yeah, I really don't remember.
I counted. We got 5. I know.
No, we got 4.
Because there was like I think there was 2 in 3D. And there's like 3 in 2D.
Iron Man was the last trailer.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Shit, I thought that was.
No, you're right. There was. I could have sworn there's something else too.
Well, either that movie was.
No, actually, no. That was the only one in 3D.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, which was in my mind.
Okay.
Well, in that case, final thoughts.
It was fun.
Yeah, movie still holds up pretty well. Great mix of like, commentary, some good horror, and that childlike wonder that you get in the opening.
Don't mock me, sir.
But
a little bit of bioethics.
Yeah.
Preachiness.
But I think they didn't really get too heavy-handed with it. Like they had
not too, but
like
it was
just
there.
like that one debate, which like that was meant, actually was used at a pretty good time without getting overly heavy-handed.
Agreed. Sure. And of course, you got that famous speech with Jeff Goldblum's speech, where it's like, and before you knew what it was, you patented it and you packaged it, and now you're selling it. You're selling it.
Well, my girlfriend, she loved that line. Just we spent so much time thinking whether or not you could. You didn't stop to think whether or not you should.
Yeah.
And like she just loved that line because she said that she feels like that's a lot of some good science in general.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let me see. And I do think the 3D, whether or not you think it, deserves to be seen consistently in it, I think it's still definitely worth at least one shot. Because, I think the extra dimension kind of, like I said, better emphasis on cinematography and a lot of the action at hand.
Okay, so.
Well, I mean, if you've seen the original, I mean, yeah, you can go ahead and watch it for like the, new 3D effects or whatever. I mean, it's a good movie. I still like it. I mean, it still holds up. Like you guys were saying, the CG and the animatronics still holds up, and story still holds up as well. So, worth checking out, I suppose.
All right.
And I had a good time. I'm glad that I saw it today in this context as opposed to when I was a kid, and I definitely feel like I appreciate it more now than I would have then.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
It's fun times.
Yeah, I pretty much agree with that. Is like I'm glad I saw it again. Like it's I haven't seen since I was a kid, and even that was like a smaller television back before the big HD stuff came out.
Yeah.
So it was very cool to see this movie in theaters again. It was very cool to kind of live out those moments. That being said, I'm not sure the 3D is good enough to justify the extra ticket cost.
I'd say it's definitely good for at least a one-time view.
Maybe. I still like, if you want to go see Jurassic Park in theaters again, now is definitely a good time to do it.
Yes.
But that being said, I'd probably seen a standard theater, not like an IMAX when they charge like 20, like God knows how much.
Well, on a good day, you can probably get away with seeing it for like 10, 11 bucks.
Yeah, so that's
Like
pretty
we
paid.
did.
Yeah. So, it's worth checking out if you want to get some old nostalgia going. So, yeah, I think it's about it.
Awesome, and the battery's about to die too.
Ooh.
Fantastic timing. Okay, so next week is a pretty small week. We just got 42. We might use that as a chance to catch up on some crappy movies, but we'll see what happens. In that case, we'll see you all next week, and take it easy.
See ya.
See ya.